Philippines, an archipelago in the Pacific with over 7,100 islands. Its population is highly dependent on produce from agriculture and its coastal resources. 70% of the population resides within 50 kilometers from the coast, which is endowed with some of the world's richest ecosystems, coral reefs, and mangrove forests along its 27,000-kilometer coastline. 30% of the coral reefs in the world is found in Southeast Asia. About 7% of that is in the Philippines. Coral reefs contribute to the country's fishing industry. By providing a habitat for fish, they contribute 30% of the total fish catch. They protect the shoreline from storm waves. They provide revenues from diving tourism. Mangroves provide support to the food chain. They also offer coastal protection through their barrier effect, livelihood through wood cutting, sustenance, and income from fish, crustaceans, and mollusks dependent on mangrove habitat and nutrients. The seagrass beds are valued for their role as fish nursery areas, a source of food and nutrients for other coastal ecosystems and fish, the most important marine resource of the country. Unfortunately today, these ecosystems supportive of fish production are being degraded and its continued existence compromised. Compromised both by natural and human-induced damage.
Ang number one din process na tao got dire nang labog sa ilang west there's gaps and panahon nga ting-uwan pagbahaan simple dagan tubig dire kan sa maka-epekto na sa corals sa tubig kunya maka-pollution na sa mga gagmay isda mamatay na labi na og baha bitaw kini pollution hindi po ni pag pagbas ini imagine kini sa una panahon nga kung buhat o basta buhat pa ni kaya ang tubig dito pa man pag sige nagputo sa kuan sa nang mangrove o kanang tagatpat o na nga ang mga bakong bawod.
In the central Philippines, on the island of Bohol, a coastal town called Dimiao has taken positive steps to address these environmental issues.
I have a very positive and very progressive vision for the town of Dimiao. The idea of developing our coastal resource came into my mind. I thought of getting somebody who's an expert on this, and so there was an offer of getting a Peace Corps volunteer. So I prescribed that that Peace Corps should be somebody who is intellectually trained to help us in our coastal resource development. And so
under the Enemy administration, the LGU, the Peace Corps, together with the Department of Agriculture and with technical assistance from DENR, created the Dream Plan, Development of Resources, Education, Awareness, and Management.
The Dream Plan consists of 4 components using a proactive and participative approach. All the stakeholders are involved from the initial planning stage up until the actual implementation of the program. A bottoms-up policy is followed to ensure full representation and an open flow of communication. The goal here is to get a total community-based commitment for effective project implementation.
The resource component, probably the first of its kind in the southeastern part of Bohol, a project that aims to provide an undisturbed habitat for fish, thus replenishing Dimiao's marine resources. It will also protect fragile marine ecosystems. This project will involve an underwater feasibility survey conducted by DENR to determine the ideal location for a protected area. A map was then made of the determined location. A series of public hearings and workshops were conducted in Dimiao's 9 coastal barangays to gather support for a resolution establishing a municipal sanctuary.
Is a proposal that the fish sanctuary will be established in the areas where the DIFA or the members of the Fishermen's Association associate with protected area. So we have to pass an ordinance declaring the area as a protected area or a fish sanctuary in the area near Anao.
Barangay resolutions were submitted. An ordinance was passed by the Sangguniang Bayan and approved by the mayor. This formally establishes the town's fish sanctuary. Funding for materials like buoys and the construction of a guard tower was provided from the Assistance Fund of Philippine Center Alvarez. The education component. The objective of this program is to educate students as well as adults about the importance of marine habitats, its preservation and conservation, and to foster a sense of responsibility in the next generation of resource users. A special committee of DEX and a Peace Corps volunteer formed to conduct educational classes and activities with students and the adults in the coastal community.
We agreed to have a special class in the elementary, and so we chose pupils at random.
In a 2-month period, 4 classes were conducted with students and a 2-part seminar with adults on marine ecology and coastal resource management.
We motivated them, and then we emphasized to them the importance of taking care of our marine resources. We had beach cleanup, when we have also planting mangroves, and we had a tour to the marketplaces and some other places.
At conclusion of the classes, with support from the DENR and the Bulanon Foundation, 10,000 mangrove seedlings were planted and a municipal mangrove nursery established. Also, a youth conservation club was formed.
Last year, we have some activities like beach cleanup, mangrove planting, and visitation of a nursery. We went in some areas in Bohol like Calape. Then we visited a fish sanctuary there, and Carmen, the ecotourism, the DENR asked our help in planting mangroves in the coastal area. Shanmar proposed a plan about recycling here in our school, and maybe this school year that will be the first thing we're gonna do.
The awareness component consists of a series of ongoing special events and campaigns with the goal of raising community environmental awareness. To date, DML took part in 2 international coastal cleanup activities involving 5,000 coastal community members from 9 barangays, cleaning up a 5-kilometer stretch of the DML coastline.
Isip lagi po na presidente, isip po dako nga ako'y dako sa mong asosasyon mo kanon ko sa coastal ba nakita na tanang coastal gikan sa Banban to Tanguhay kuan jud nagimo atong nga panahon na dili kay kami laman.
The DENR conducted a solid waste management seminar. This included information on composting and recycling. Another coastal resource management seminar was conducted with BFAR, DENR, Bulanon Foundation, and Gold Project participants.
Usahay bitaw kining mga naiad. Pero binta na lamang kay murag na edukar na bagamay. Nanay dinis nanay buho sila nga hugan sa ilang mahugaw sa baboy na anan nila. Sa una nga mo laman silingan. Halat to. Na edukar na po na pangatawan pagkataon.
A clean and green program was promoted with signboards being put up. Finally, the management component. The focus of this component aims to improve management of DML's coastal resources, involving better cooperation and coordination between LGU and local NGOs.
ang role sa DE ng Coastal Resource Management set aside og mga funding pagpamalit og mga material sa mapananglitan sa mga propagules na atong ikuan diha sa kuan sa atong mangrove reforestation project.
Under this component, achievements include the formation of a municipal fisheries and aquatic resources management council, in addition to the Dimiao Fishermen's Association to collaborate on alternative livelihood ideas for the coastal community.
Gama o pagproponer sa mga mga balaod nun, mga guidelines alang sa pagpalambo sa pagi sa pagpanagat sa mga resources maniho hangtod nga og aduna na sila ginama sa maong mga pagi ila mga sugyot ila kining ipasar ngadto sa sangguniang bayan.
The signing of a memorandum of agreement between the Dimiao LGU and the U.S. Agency for International Development for the establishment of the first expansion site of its coastal resource management project.
Kining Dimiao giconsider ni nga expansion project kay ang USAID through sa Coastal Resource Management Program nila nag-cover lang ni og 5 kalungsod which is Dimiao is not included. Through the request of the local government executive sa atong lungsod sa Dimiao, gi-expand ang ilang program na din ang Dimiao na yapin.
The establishment of a coastal area profile and resource maps for each coastal barangay in Dimiao.
Actually, kami mao'y nag-feed sa tanang mga information ngadto sa USAID. Sila nag-conduct sa data gathering gikan sa gi-feed sa mga local fishery, gikan sa local DA aron paghimo og coastal profile.
Conducted participatory coastal resource assessment training with town leaders, the Fishermen's Association, and collaborating NGOs and GOs. The acquisition of a new Bantay Dagat patrol boat and establishment of enforcement measures. Future projects under the management component will include the establishment of coastal area alternative livelihood programs, and this includes fishery enhancement and sustainable gear methods. The Dream Plan.
Kini atong lungsod noon sa administrasyon ni Ma'am Bella dami mura bita pod kami nasibot pud may kay gitagaan may importansya pod may.
Fellow youth, we ought to be concerned in our coastal ecosystems. We ought to take care of this so that we can benefit on this.
This town has a very rich potential.